But first, on Spotlight on Education tonight, the great work of our community college system. David Walters is Director of Special Projects and System Initiatives with the Alabama Community College System. David, welcome to Spotlight on Education.
Hey, Don, thank you. Spotlight is one of my favorite shows, so thank you for inviting me to be part of it today.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited.
I want to begin with an effort that the community college system is involved with to help get folks educated on the 2020 census and to also help them participate in the census.
Absolutely, Don, and we're excited to be part of this initiative. The Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs is actually leading the initiative for the state of Alabama through the governor's office, but the Alabama Community College System is excited to be part of that, along with a lot of other entities across the state that's coming together to make sure that we're counting everyone in the great state of Alabama. It's very pertinent that we focus on getting our count up. If you look back at the 2000 census, Dom, we were around 68%. In 2010, we went up a little bit to 72%. But we need to be done this year in 2020 at 80% or higher, or it could negatively impact federal funding that comes to the state of Alabama. And we could also lose federal representation as well, and we don't want to do that.
Have we traditionally, and you may not know the answer to this, have we traditionally been low in participation in the census?
Well, we actually have compared to other states, and especially there's pockets within our state that has been very low. So we're going to be focusing on that through the Alabama Community College System. We have a large footprint in our state, 24 colleges with campuses throughout the state and over 400 locations when you count adult education that is operated by the community college system as well. So we have a large footprint. We're going to be reaching out through that large footprint to ensure that we count every student that we serve, which is typically about 168,000 a year. And then we have over 10,000 employees, Don, so we're going to be making sure that those employees are counted as well. So we're going to create opportunities at each of our campuses where we can have individuals on our campus and then in our communities come and get assistance with completing the census. So we're going to be creating these census centers at all of our community college campuses. And then we're also looking at some outreach efforts as well.
They can get the census forms at these help centers at Alabama community colleges. They can also fill them out on site, and I assume there will be people that can answer their questions about the census, right?
Well, absolutely. We're going to assist. And Don, we're excited this year with Census 2020. It's the first time that you can actually do it electronically. So we're going to have tablets set up and PCs set up where individuals can actually do it online. You can actually do it by phone as well, Don, so you could use your cell phone to call in to an 800 number and answer some simple questions on the census. And then if you want traditional paper, you can request that and they'll send that to you as well.
Now, you mentioned that large footprint that Alabama community colleges have. You are represented in almost every pocket of the state. Therefore,
Absolutely.
You can reach almost every area of the state.
We can, and we're excited about that. I mean, you know, through the community college system, we're really focused on education and skills training, but we're also focused on helping our communities, the places where we live and work. So we want to give back to the community. So we're engaged in different types of initiatives that's going to better the communities in which we live and work.
You reviewed for us earlier some of the key points about how important it is to have a full or as full participation in the census as we can.
Yes.
Not the least of which is we could lose a congressional seat if we don't meet certain benchmarks in
Absolutely.
the census.
And, you know, the federal funding nationally is about $675 billion that's allocated through the census information. There's 55 federal programs and 16 that's specific around education that would really be pertinent to what's going on in the state of Alabama. And it affects every Alabamian. It's not about funding that's going to state agencies, but it's individuals that may be receiving SNAP benefits or TANF benefits can be affected. Pell Grant student loans can be affected. Training dollars through Title I can be affected through that, and a whole host of other things that can be affected. So transportation funding can be affected as well. So a lot of things that we don't think about can be affected through the census. So a low census count really impacts our state.
Now, one of those items that you just listed is of particular importance to your students and faculty, and that is student loans, Pell Grants. There are many community college students, are are there not across the state who receive Pell Grants or something similar, and that amount could be affected in a low census count.
It could be affected, and then we also depend on a lot of training dollars that comes from other state agencies that we partner with, and that can be affected as well. So anything related to federal funding and skills training can be affected by this. So we want to make sure that we create awareness so people is aware that, hey, we really need you to get out and help get the count up.
It seems a natural extension then that Alabama community colleges would help in this way in helping spread the word, if nothing else, about the importance of the census in 2020.
Absolutely, and we're excited to do that. And we were very fortunate, Don, to be awarded a grant through ADECA. ADECA put out about $1 million, and there's several agencies and community organizations that applied for the funding. I think around 24 altogether received funding. The Alabama Community College System was fortunate enough to get an $80,000 grant. Now, we're coming to the table with more resources and in-kind contributions. We're adding to that, but that $80,000 is going to help us system-wide even do a better job than we originally anticipated on doing in the state of Alabama. So this funding will be crucial on helping us make our communities aware and getting individuals onto our campuses, and the individuals that's already on our campuses, but get them signed up for the census.
So you can help in several areas. You can encourage your student population,
yes,
which is quite substantial, to
absolutely
take part in the census, to encourage your staff, which is quite large also across the state, to participate. And with these help centers, you can just encourage the general community members
yes,
to take
we do.
part.
And we want to encourage everyone, Don, to complete the census. Take it serious. Go ahead and do it. It takes about the same amount of time as it take you to finish your morning coffee, about 10 minutes. So it's painless, and we really encourage you to do that. It's going to really benefit our state in getting that census count up.
Now, are the help centers at the various community colleges already open?
Well, we're in the process of doing that. We're having a big kickoff coming up January 27th for all of our census contacts throughout the state. And we've also got partners coming into that as well. So many of our colleges already have them set up, and the others will be coming on board quickly. And again, the census starts April 1st of 2020.
Well, thank you very much for what you're doing. Again, it's crucial that Alabama participate in large numbers in the 2020 census.
Absolutely, and we're glad to do our part. Again, we see ourselves as a community member, and we want to do our part on helping the state continue to grow and expand educational and training offerings to the great people in the state of Alabama.
The Alabama Community College System obviously does great work in so many arenas, one of which is rather unique. It was called the Clean Home Alabama campaign. It was really an outgrowth, I guess, of our bicentennial celebration.
Yes, absolutely, Don, and I'm really excited to share that with you. It was phenomenal. We could not have anticipated the success that we would have through that initiative. We actually, for the first time of doing something like this, we actually were able to reach over 4,000 participants, and we actually picked up over 2,500 bags of trash that equated to over 30 tons of trash. And this was an event that was November 1st through November 11th, and it was specifically about a month before our bicentennial. So December 14th was the celebration of our great state 200th birthday, and we wanted to do something to help clean up the state. So through our community colleges, through our partner network, we worked together on that. And we had other community organizations that came on board to help us with that, Don. We had local elementary, middle school, high schools that helped as well. So it was a truly effort that it took everyone coming together to have happen. And we also had ALPALS, which is Alabama People Against the Littered State. We partnered with them. They gave us a lot of support and guidance on how to do this for the first time, and that's led into a great partnership. We're going to be working with them, Don, in the future with the Spring Clean event, which happens in April this year. So we're going to be working with them.
Well, I can't think of a better way to celebrate the state's bicentennial than by cleaning up the state that we all know and love.
Absolutely. And, as we travel this great state, unfortunately, we see things that we wish we did not see. A lot of trash and litter, especially in areas that are just absolutely beautiful, but for whatever reason, people take it on themselves to litter the state. We want to stop that, and I think it takes all of us taking some ownership. So we wanted to do that through the community college system. Our Chancellor Baker, is a great leader, does a wonderful job for our system, and this is something he's very passionate about. So he charged us with putting together something that we could do throughout the college system statewide, and we were to do that, and that came to be called Clean Home Alabama, and it was just a wonderful initiative. So
David,
can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, I don't know if you're like me, David, but if I'm behind somebody, say in the car, and I notice somebody throwing litter out of their car window, it just really gets in my craw. You know what I'm saying? It's you think, or you'd like to think that we're past that kind of thinking, but unfortunately we're not.
Unfortunately, we're not. And Don, I think it takes all of us just educating and advocating to individuals that, hey, this is not the way we do business in Alabama. We want to make sure that we have a clean state, so people want to come here and live. And again, it's about growing the opportunities in our state. And something as simple as just throwing litter down on our state impacts that. And we don't want anything that would impact the ability of companies moving into our state and then people having a good environment to live in. So let's stop littering. It's simple as that, Don. Sure. And I think let's do our part to correct what's already out there. And I think we've been trying to do that through the community college system, and we will continue those efforts. And it's ingraining in our students the love for our state, and that they are a responsible citizen of our state. So, our students have really stepped up, and we're very proud of how they've acted in every initiative that we've done up to this point.
Indeed. David Walters is Director of Special Projects and System Initiatives for the Alabama Community College System. David, thank you for all that you do.
Don, thank you. I
Great to have you with us today.
Glad to be here. Thank you. I love your show.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. And Spotlight on Education. We'll be right back.